see that mountain right there, and then it comes down, and then
this one, right?
Bush is blocking it now.
Yeah.
So you see that little saddle there?
Uh-huh.
I think that's where we'll go over that little saddle and then drop down.
It's Saturday morning, February 17th. It's about, what is it, 5:30? 5:44. We're at Santan Mountain in it's Queen Creek, Arizona. We're getting ready to do about 10, 11 miles this morning. I've got my buddy Ryan Rudd right there. He's helping me prepare for the Grand Canyon. Now, he looks like a runner. I still look a lot like a hiker, so he's kind of schooling me on the ways of trail running. Hopefully you're even in the shot.
Or half me.
Yeah, so I don't even know. We might have to do that one again.
It's weird to wipe this off here in Arizona. This moisture. We're here at the main entrance, the main trailhead. So we're going to head in a clockwise direction. And this will be the main Santan Trail loop. So we'll start here and we'll slowly climb for about 1.5 miles and get to a little saddle. And then we drop down, make a hard right, and work our way over here to Dynamite. And come down Dynamite, little back and forth down. And that'll be at about mile 8 when we hit that, so we'll be nice and tired. And then from the top of Gold Mine, you come back down the mountain on the other side, and then there'll be about 1.5 miles left to get back to the entrance here. So about 10.5 miles total. Some kind of rolling, a little bit of climbing, but this is the big climb right here. This will really work the endurance of the legs.
We've done about 4.5 miles. About 4.5 miles.
Yep.
We have another 6 miles to go. Something like that.
Sounds right. Yep, 6 miles.
As I mentioned earlier, you can see I'm still looking a lot like a hiker. And Ryan here, he's a runner, trail runner. And so today he is tapering and I am training. So tip number 7.5. Always train with someone who's younger and faster than you, so you can improve.
Yeah,
so Ryan's actually, he's getting ready. Really? Yeah. Fortunately for me, that's just about everybody I go with. So Ryan is training for a marathon. Your marathon's when?
Next Saturday, a week from today.
And you've done that distance before, obviously?
One time before, 4 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just getting back into that.
Yeah, don't do a lot of road races anymore. A lot of it's been on the trail. So
okay.
I had a little bit of a failure 4 years ago at mile 20, so I'm trying to redeem myself a little bit.
Sweet. Now, when you say failure, what do you mean?
Well, I'm running the Phoenix Marathon, and it runs through the neighborhood where I grew up, or right near it. At about mile 18 is really close to my parents' house, so 4 years ago I decided to stop at mile 18 and visit my family and take pictures, and I stopped for a good 10 minutes. At mile 18 of the marathon, you just don't do that.
Right, that's better than a porta potty though, right? So then your body seized up and
so I felt great, and I took off again, and in another mile I noticed that my quad was cramping up, and then about a mile after that it just dominoed into pretty much every muscle in my legs just seized up, and I had to stop at mile 20 for a while and just stretch out, and the last 6 miles were pretty much a slow jog or walk because my muscles just kept wanting to seize up. So I ended up running the last 6 pretty slow and didn't get the time I wanted. So.
But you still did it.
I still did it, so it was an accomplishment.
Now this is next week?
Next week.
Next week. And your goal is to, what's your goal? You just want to go faster, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be able to not have that happen, obviously. I was hoping to get close to a Boston qualifying time, but
nice.
Holidays came and I didn't run as much during the holidays, and I got sick twice, and so I didn't train very much for about 6 weeks, so I don't think I'm going to get that anymore. But, you know, I still feel really strong and good, and think I can do well, so hopefully
trust
for a fun
me,
day.
He's really strong. we're running, and I'm like, oh, I got to stop again. He's like, it's okay.
But what's going to be more prideful to say, I ran a marathon or I ran rim to rim to rim in the Grand Canyon.
We shall see.
This guy right here.
We shall see.
Yeah.
So last week I was talking about how I've got some injuries that are building up. I didn't do anything this week except for some push-ups and some upper body stuff. Did some stretching, and then yesterday I did the treadmill for 30 minutes uphill, just to kind of get ready for today. I was really unsure what would happen today. Everything's fine until 4.5, 5 miles. I start feeling this tight. You know, my hip is hurting, and I start feeling the IT band knee pain again, and it's kind of debilitating. So I don't want this to ruin our run today. So we're gonna try and stretch it out.
What it sounds like is Jared has a just like a learned chronic muscle imbalance from maybe an old injury or possibly just, you know, repetitive use type of an injury, whether that's from actually working out or possibly just sitting down a lot. I have patients at my office that will come in with similar problems. Sometimes it's in their knees or another muscle or part of their body.
Ryan's a chiropractor, by the way.
So I treat a lot of athletes, a lot of sports medicine, sports therapies. So I see a lot of this kind of stuff, especially from people that have a desk job, where they're just in a sustained position for most of the day. Their muscles aren't moving and they're either contracted or stretched out for long periods of time, and then they get up and on the weekends they try to go be very active and their muscles just rebel and they say, no, that's not what's supposed to happen.
So basically rolling this out and stretching and strengthening, like, and as far as this is concerned, this type of issue, as far as the muscles are concerned, what muscles should be strengthened? I mean, I understand that stretching the hip flexors is important, but beyond that, it's, and then what, strengthening the glutes and stuff, but...
So, not only I find that stretching the IT band, but your adductors on the inside will get very tight as well.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that.
Yeah, and that's a muscle a lot of people don't work on enough. But glutes are going to be an important strength, muscle to strength, especially like the glute med, which controls a lot of the what they call abduction or outward movement of the hip, and just the stability of your hips as you're running, so they're not swaying back and forth too much and compensating. So, and then a lot of times the inside part of the knee can be a weak spot too. You're so tight on the outside of the knee, but the inside gets weak and doesn't balance that. So a lot of runners.
Okay, so that's a little bit on injury. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with that, but trying to figure out ways to get through it. Ryan's helping me get some ideas on what to do. We've just hit 5 miles and it's just started coming up on me, and we've got another 5 miles to go. So we're gonna go and see what we can do to push through it.
So yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 years since I've started trail running. Just really learned to love it out here, you know.
So Ryan comes out here so often. He has good relationships with the mountain bikers. These are friends of his that he's known over the years. And you know, as is often the case when you're out on the trail, you get to meet a lot of really cool people. So that's what we're doing, and we're making peace with the mountain bikers and being nice. Should have brought some ibuprofen.
Yeah, it's true. How are we feeling?
Tired, but gotta do that stuff. Excuse me. Gotta do that stuff because you know, all that elevation gain on the Grand Canyon is it just keeps going up. That's the stuff. So you have to keep going.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Yeah. Awesome.
Home stretch. You guys got a swimming pool? You got a friend or a neighbor that does? Go sit down on the step of the swimming pool, get a nice ice bath on that knee. Yeah. Oh, that feels like $1 million.
All right, so we just finished 10.5 miles.
10.5.
10.5 miles, and how long did it take us again?
Moving time about 2 hours 20 minutes.
So we were a little bit over a 13-minute mile pace for that. Now that's not including breaks. We took some breaks, and you know, I pretty much had a blowout with my knee and have been trying to deal with that ever since. So honestly, it's very frustrating. I'm getting very concerned about that, but I'm just going to keep pushing through it. And Ryan is helping me figure out some ideas on what I could do to address that. But so I would call it a success. I mean,
You did great.
it's
Your
just
first time on the trail and in the light anyway.
right. And I mean, we did a good amount of time, but I feel like I think we could have done a lot better if we didn't have the knee thing. But it is a beautiful place. If you're in the area, or if you ever come to this area and you like getting out on the trail, whether that's mountain biking or running or hiking, you should come check out Santan Mountain. It's awesome.
Yeah, when Jared gets that knee fixed up, he'll be blazing through the trails. So.
And then he'll be actually running at his normal pace, and I won't see him at all. So I want to say good luck to Ryan in his marathon next week.
Thank you.
And appreciate him helping me out on the trail today, and you might see him in the future.